You're listening to the voice of IWA Flip here on Interfed Radio. Welcome to Around the United Nations League. With me in studios, as always, Commissioner Scott Anderson. Commissioner, welcome.
Hey, thank you. Good to be here.
Oh man, I'm glad we can get this one under our belt because we haven't had a trash talk edition in a while.
It's been a while, yeah.
Now, I got to say this from the very beginning. Now, this is still an angle-based trash talk league, so I hope no one takes it the wrong way. Like I said, if you're running angles with other managers, including somebody with pay-per-view coming up, something relevant to the league, we try and provide that kind of a environment so that everyone can continue to grow within the league and have fun within even the Bronze Age, because again, we're trying to build characters that will lend themselves through these interleague events that we have going on throughout the year. So again, don't feel bad. Again, you can there's plenty of places to play where you can find some over the wall stuff. Find them. Find them.
Yeah.
I had to say that right from the beginning. But again, from year one, brother, I mean, and this is the part that I enjoy in the IWA, is you can build the character, especially when there's the right structure and the right the right theme, the right I guess the right combination of managers that will allow it to build. Because again, an athlete like Richard J. Rancher, wouldn't be able to develop in any other place. The way he has developed and even gone through the metamorphosis that he's recently gone over. I mean, I remember year one. I mean, this is dirty wife beater. Just ugly. I mean, I shouldn't say that because I'm probably going to get hit across the head. But you just had this this look that at any given time he'd probably spit in your face. And year one was, in my opinion, his year. I mean, if you look back, you look back at the UNL. No disrespect to Quick Hill and their phenomenal performance during their time here. No disrespect to it was Valen, right? That was chasing the world tour. Did he complete it in 1 year?
No, unfortunately, I think it was year two.
Year two, but still, I mean, he put himself on the map by chasing that world tour during that first year, and I mean, who can forget my favorite? I mean, I still have the scar to prove it. CC DeVille and Akbar, let's say it from then. I mean, if you were here in the UNL during that first year, you probably were beaten up by some masked men, and I mean, I wasn't here. They were calling themselves the Party Boys then. The masked men were.
Yeah. Well, the CC DeVille and Akbar were the Party Boys. They were good-natured, good, fun-loving guys. And unbeknownst to us, they were behind the attacks that were occurring every cycle. And it ended up being Rick Rancher who accidentally discovered who they were. So that went on for a long time. And we were, it was quite shocking when that was revealed, because they were the last people that you were suspecting.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest with you. When I joined and when I started helping review the league, and I just remember, good old CC DeVille would never leave that left-hand corner. Every time I'd open up a bulletin, it's like, will somebody beat this guy already? I mean, I ended up getting myself bloodied up over it, but hey, he's gone now, ain't he? Where's he at now?
Akbar and Assassin now. But year one is, I don't know, if you think about a lot of great television shows, like maybe you see season 1 later on, and you're like, man, they were pulling stuff together, and maybe not everything worked, but there was some amazing foundation stuff, and the core group of managers that really, for the most part, stayed even to now. I mean, I could count 1, 2, 3. I would say, looking quickly over the bulletin, we still have 7 or 8 managers, maybe as many as 10, that have been here from the very beginning. And that's a long time. That's a good run.
Yeah. Now, and shout out to the ones that, of course, we lost along the way. I mean, shout out to Noble House. I mean, we'd love to see them come back. Our year 1 favorite there.
Absolutely.
I think I remember hearing of how badly Valen wanted to get in, and he's all like, what was their saying?
Be down or get put down.
There you go. And
Valen was willing to do anything it took to get into Noble House. Mac Trilla, and the Man Animal. Gosh, still some of my favorite characters. I would love to see them back.
Oh yeah, no, and those characters and the characters that live in our memories, they live in our, like I said, they just develop so well throughout the time here that, like I said, I'll never forget Cece. I mean, as weird as that sound, I'll have that memory of Cece DeVille in the back of my head. I mean, the Hitman, and just their dominance, quick kill. Quick kill was,
I would, if Rick Rancher, if year 1 was Rick Rancher's year, like as a singles wrestler, year 1 was Quick Kill Inc.'s year as tag team. I mean, the Quebec Hitman, and even in singles, really, Quebec Hitman is probably the only person who gave Rancher a run for his money, in my opinion, in that year 1. Won the Triple Crown twice.
Nice.
Yeah, they won. I'm fairly confident they won U.S. Tag and World Tag.
I mean, and as we came.
Yeah, they did.
As we came round circle with year 1, and we had all those global tournaments, escalating, and getting us to that first global's greatest.
Yeah.
And
oh man.
Oh brother, I mean, you couldn't have written a better story than the TVB than the TVB one, brother, because that just it was a natural building story arc. I mean, and this comes, people say like, oh, why should I write trash talk that involves the title, and it never makes a difference. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit. Because TVB, brought something to light, and it was a great idea, and it was relevant, and it changed the rules and changed the way, the structure of the game, and it rippled, that ripple effect that, eventually came to bite him in his ass, but we'll get into that. But but that first year of him just going right at the commissioner and being like, look, I'm the greatest of the greatest. Like, give me something.
Yeah.
And for that to come into, fruition, and just, oh man, beautiful, brother. Beautiful way to work your way and work an angle into just feeding and, changing this game.
Absolutely. You had this arc where Jacob and TVB weren't getting along. They were at odds, and TVB was going off on his own, and that's kind of where the initials came from, because he stopped referring to himself as a Vandenberg, right? And he had this amazing summer and this character growth, and then he won Global's Greatest and parlayed that into getting a United Nations title shot. It was really a cool story.
I dug it completely. I mean, even the stuff that happened outside of the game, just added character with just agreeing to letting that Global's Greatest tournament winner win a shot. And I think that's the only time someone that's not in the top of the strategy, top five in strategy totals, or number one in strategy totals, right?
Correct.
Over the last three cycles, wins a shot. So I thought it was beautiful, man.
Yeah.
I'm always one that's mentioning, structure and structure of the game that keeps me interested in certain leagues. I mean, I praise Sean all the time for his innovations. I know you guys are bouncing ideas back and forth to help each league just continue to develop amongst itself, because
Yeah.
each of the leagues in the
Well,
Bronze Age is completely, you know, I mean, they're very similar in structure, but at the same time, just theme based. Whew,
yeah. Yeah.
beautiful.
I mean, I've hopefully sung their praises before, but Brandon and Sean definitely, they keep the creative juices like just flowing. You get excited. I get excited. There's a story in development now in one of those three leagues that I am very excited to get started. So I don't want to reveal anything. But I do want to. We were talking before we got on the air about the infamous pink drink dunk tank match. And I
Yes.
erroneously told you that I thought the first one took place after, like in year 2, and it was in year 1. I stand
Aha.
corrected. I stand
Aha.
corrected. You said it was year 1. I thought it was later, but it was. It was year 1. So, pink drink dunk tank match, year 1.
Man, you say that
Uh,
so fast, and it's scary, and it's
yeah.
scary
Well, I've
because
said it.
I try.
Yeah.
You said it enough.
I
I was trying to
practiced.
say it once, and I was like, blah, 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 blah. I was like,
Pink drink dunk
okay,
tank. Yeah. Yeah.
the
Yeah.
pink drink dunk tank
Yeah.
match. Yeah, that's a good one.
And
So
also somebody that I don't want to neglect to mention is Blazer Corp, who was a big part of year 1, a big part of
Ooh-wee.
our first
Yeah,
year. Tobin Wells, who Vladimir called Tobin the Well, hilarious. And Jasper Banku, both played a very integral part in the beginning of the league.
nice. Now was Royal Family here year one, or were they year two?
Uh, that what they joined about halfway, 2/3 of the way through year 1. So Joe Kona and Tonga Ming. Yeah, Joe Kona was he hit the Fed, Metro, and Elite all in one cycle, which was a amazing accomplishment.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that cover where he was with all white. That was a beautiful cover,
Yeah,
man.
thank you. Yeah. One of my favorites.
I think after that, Mr. Kona went partying and lost track. Lost track. We love you, Mr. Kona. We'd love to see you back.
Yeah, but yeah, they had a good run right around that half 0.5 to 1.5 year.
Yeah, it was a fun.
Awesome.
It was a fun. Like I said, just tracking everything from the outside in, and then eventually
Mm-hmm.
coming in and being able to participate. I was like, oh man, there's a lot going on here.
Right.
Yeah. Now,
Now, what might surprise you though, this next thing, if I may,
uh
um, the Dead Rabbits came onto the scene a year and a half ago.
yeah,
Does it seem like it's been a year and a half?
Yeah. I mean, I remember it like it was yesterday. I mean, I remember just the rookie upstart part of it.
Yeah.
I just remember saying like, wow, this guy's only been here, X number of cycles. Like, wow, another one. He's only been here this, and it just kept, just that surprise
Escalating.
shock. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I remember early on comparing him to Rancher. Like, if he keeps up this pace, he's going to
Yeah.
surpass Rancher in, X number of, and he just kept going, man.
Yeah. Well, and those two wrestlers are, unless my knowledge is incomplete, Rick Rancher and Richard J. Rancher and Bill Cutting. We should start calling Bill like William Cutting. It
Oh
should
no,
be like Richard Rancher and William Cutting.
Not unless he tells me to, man. Whatever
That's
that
true.
guy said.
Fair enough. But they are tied for the most number of league titles right now at 7. Or no, wait.
Wow.
Rancher has 7 and Cutting has 6 because they were
Ooh.
tied and then Rancher won his 7th.
Wow.
He's not,
Just that.
yeah.
That's just nuts to even fathom that, man. Wow.
Yeah, 13 just between those two guys.
Sick.
Yeah.
Now, did the Rolling Menace come in before the Dead Rabbits, or was he right after?
The Rolling Menace.
Ezekiel Crane?
Oh, brother. Oh,
Ooh.
hit him with the hard T.
Uh,
They were right around the same time.
okay.
Right around the same time. Yeah. Oh, that Rolling Menace. Yeah, but
Now,
we had that, we
Mr.
had Dead Rabbits, Ezekiel Crane, and Black Mass all joined right around the same time.
Oof.
And man, you want to talk about like an influx of new talent and new stories and new possibilities. It was awesome.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, I'm still a little bit upset at Mr. Crane because we pushed him around long enough, and
Yeah. Not cool,
now,
Mr. Crane. Not cool.
Not cool. But
Yeah.
and we got new contracts. Looks like Akbar and the gang are paying well, so
Good. Good.
so
This is good. Yeah.
yeah.
And to kind of go off when we had that influx of talent, I gotta say though, I think the biggest story we had going for those couple months was the breakdown of the friendship and partnership between Aaron McFleece and Timbatsu, which main evented our World Warfare pay-per-view last year.
World Warfare.
Yes. WrestleMania's got nothing on us.
Mm. Now,
Sandwiched in between Wrestle Kingdom and WrestleMania. Like World Warfare isn't quite Wrestle Kingdom yet. Wrestle Kingdom is New Japan Pro Wrestling. It's amazing.
We'll get
Everyone should watch it.
Shout out New Japan.
Yeah.
Have some fun watching wrestling again.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, it's a lot to cover. I mean, with the influx, I mean, I'm stuck on Mr. Crane.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
then Crane and the Masked Man really dominated the 2019 stories.
Yeah, I mean, it was I would say a combination between the Crane and the Masked Man, Quick Kill Inc. and the Dead Rabbits going and having their get. Not to take anything away from Jacob Vandenberg and his international run.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just.
And McFleece and Rancher, we had 3 feuds, not to knock any of my feuds or any of the feuds anyone else was in, but those 3 feuds are like, those could be the star in any league, and we had all 3 going at once.
Yeah.
Bro.
I still give it up. I mean, and nothing against any of the other managers involved, but Rick Angel is one just fucking A. It's the only other way I can say it, man. I mean, when he gets going and he starts like, all right, cool, this is what's going on. Okay, let's wrap it up and let's do this. And it's like, you want to do what? You want to suplex a guy in a wheelchair? I was like, no, Rick,
so bad. So bad, but I love it.
Yeah, it was so amazing, man. It's like, oh man, yeah. That's the kind of stuff that happened in the UNL during the year, and it's like, you start looking back, and it's like, wow, that really just happened in our league. It's like, now,
yeah.
Again, we're going pretty fast through year 2 because again, you had first of all, you had Ezekiel Crane in a wheelchair come, and he just brings it was a swarm of people. I mean, at the time, you had Jake Sabot, you had Solomon, you had uh, the Associates, you had. I mean, did Jack Edison and those guys come before, or were they here right before Ezekiel Crane?
They were here before.
They were here just before, right?
Mm.
So they joined Ezekiel Crane in Ezekiel Crane's little movement, and like I said, for the better of a year, everybody's working and helping this man in a wheelchair, pretty much plot and scheme against the entire league. And at the end of it all, he stands up.
Yeah.
And just laughs it off, and
just when it's the Roddy Piper effect, just when we think we have the answers, he changes the questions. It was amazing.
but we love it. We love Ezekiel for that, man.
Absolutely.
Now, year two, um, like we said, ended up biting TVB in the butt. I mean, he managed to work out this wonderful, this wonderful deal, and when it happened, brother, I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Like, I honestly think Kim's like paying attention, and she's setting this up like
just yeah. Because what happened was TVB won the United Nations title. If we want to consider like Global's Greatest, like the start of each year, right? So Global's Greatest 2 would be the start of year 3. We see TVB win the United Nations title and then immediately have to defend it in a triple threat and or a fatal 4-way.
Was it a fatal?
Well, we had one fatal 4-way because the manager for Rick Rancher and Vladimir Verkempt is just ridiculous good. I'm gonna double check. I don't think it was then. I think it was TVB and Akbar and Bill Cutting. So the fatal 4-way was before that. Yeah, because the triple threat was TVB and Akbar, who won Global's Greatest 2, and Bill Cutting. So yeah, so it came back to bite him a bit. Live and learn, I guess.
Yeah. Now, we can't overlook the power of a cameo like Black Masses. I mean,
oh no,
these guys set off not only to come in and into the UNL, but they went to all the limit leagues and they challenged themselves. I mean, and kudos to Chris Stevens and Chris Myler for having just that vision to want to do something like this.
Right. Well, yeah, when they first came in, it was kind of like, we're going to crush everyone across the entire IWA, which is really what they did. They dominated the GNL scene and the LWL scene, while there was still a scene. Oh, hit him. Ouch. But it's moments like that I'm like, oh, we don't edit. But Black Mass really was kind of this idea of like, we're just going to be everywhere and we're going to crush everyone, and they did. So they continue to show tag team dominance in the UNL. They won our World Challenge 2020, the World Challenge. It is an amazing thing.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's easy to talk. I mean, I'm one that really enjoys talking. my
What?
but my associates will never fucking like I said. That's why we're up for hire.
Yeah.
Highest bidder 106, 107. Get them while it's hot.
Yeah. Well, it was a lesson in humility for me. You know, like I would like to think that I'm fairly decent at the tag team game, but I think over the last 18 months, I think I've won like one league and two TVs.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
so ridiculous competitive. I love
now
it, but
if you allow me, I mean, shout out to the Diamond District. Now
yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
gonna like I said, I know we don't edit, but I'm gonna go off the top. I mean, Marchand, some of the shit that you write is way off the rockers, bro. Like I said, if you want to have go ahead and read it, have some fun with it. Like I said, but it's just hard, and this is just being real with an angle based league to carry the characters. I mean, obviously, I consider them the hitman also, so I can imagine them in that sense. But man, Marchand, woo, yeah, brother.
Yeah,
Shout out to the Diamond District because his tag skills, that I will give him fucking mad props on the fucking
yeah, for sure. And
yeah.
you know, winning league titles too, but several tag titles very
Yeah,
close together.
yeah, because I mean, if it wasn't for Marchand's Hitman, Black Mass would have just whew,
Yeah,
ran
ran away
out.
with yeah with last year. Yeah.
How did that one come to an end? Who ended up with like
I
I'm off
the
the top of my head I can't think of who won tag
the
and six.
Marchand, the Hitman, were tag team of the year last year.
Did they get tag and six or just tag?
No, six was Black Mass and Redwood,
Aha,
who had an incredible 7 tours in a row. I'm,
sick.
I mean,
I mean,
how do you
anywhere
even do
else
that?
that's like all right, cool, you did seven, wow, big deal. But
7
here, that's
6-man
ridiculous.
titles in a row.
Yeah, that's
I,
nuts.
that's nuts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I was saying, anywhere else, if you say you got seven in, I don't know the WTL. I mean, not I don't even know who's in that. My apologies if the
Hey,
WTL is active.
hey,
I don't even know who. Are you
the
in the
River
WTL, sir?
Forgers are there. Well, were
Oh,
there. The River
oh,
Forgers are no longer there.
well, shout out to the WTL. I don't know if it's active or not, but
But
I
yeah,
had a
yeah, I
deadly.
get your point. I get your point.
If you were in a deadly, yeah, but this is the damn UNL. It's like
Right.
seven, you sons of.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
now, with all this talk about Black Mass, it brings us, to today's um, uh, go low story. Are you kidding me? Like, what the hell? You know you're in the UNL when you hear stories like this. Not like Of course, I'm a little bit upset at the Rolling Menace. Uh, at the Rolling Menace, Mr. Ezekiel Crane right now. But even as upset as I am, if I saw the man getting beat up, I wouldn't go and kick him some more.
You wouldn't go and beat him up again, but
Golly.
that's what Rex did.
Oh,
It's like, oh,
that's
it looks like you just got pounded. Allow me to come and beat you up some more, please.
oh, that was great. But I mean, not no, it wasn't great. It was amazing, amazing. Now, Mr. Crane has made enemies. You know, obviously, you make contracts. And you sign people and you help people out because honestly, I mean, if it wasn't for Ezekiel Crane, the associates, they're like, what are those two guys that are always with AJ Styles that nobody ever knows, but think
Oh,
they're really, really good?
yeah, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson.
I love you, Luke Gallows and Callows, because you guys are my two favorite fighters that I don't know. that I don't know. But seriously, those guys are like everywhere and nowhere.
Yeah.
Like I think I saw them like
So you may
shout
not
out,
know this, but they
they're in
were a big
Impact now,
part of
right?
the WrestleMania match between AJ Styles and The Undertaker, and then like not even a month later, WWE cut him.
Oh, poor guys. Oh, poor guys. I think I saw like a post for them like
Yeah.
why AJ Gallows or whatever his name is, Rock Gallows and the other guy are now in Impact, and I'm like, oh, you guys are awesome. I love you guys. Still don't know who you are, but I can recognize your faces. Let me tell you. Let me tell you.
Rock on.
Rock on.
Yeah.
Gallows, and what was the other guy's name?
Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Yeah. If I may, while we're, kind of catching up to today's events, if you think about like characters that came on in year 3, I think of the tag team of Skullfire and Psychobolt, but the monumental rise of Excavadora.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I would say Excavadora is main event level at this point.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Excavadora is definitely, in terms of a singles competitor, has definitely risen to that level. Now, obviously, you were mentioning, and it's safe to say this. I mean, the manager that runs Hitman after he ended up uh, pretty much winning our Rumble,
Yeah.
retired.
You're right. Winning $4
Uh,
million in IWE credit,
yeah,
and then decided it was time to ride off into the sunset.
yeah. So he retired his Hitman wrestler, and he's getting it done again. I mean,
Yeah.
no, there's no secret that once you got it, you got it. It's like riding a bike. So
Yep.
he's brought these two new rookies, and they went right at it. I mean, I haven't heard too much more about Demon Anger and Spite and Spite
Yeah.
and Spite.
Anger and Spatan decided to take their talents elsewhere. So, we might see them, like the territory days of old, we might see them reappear at some point.
Nice,
So,
yeah.
best of luck to them.
Yeah. Now, a shout out to another person that made cameos throughout the time here. When he has come on the mic, amazing work to Philippe Rousseau and uh, is it
Antoine Martin.
Antoine Martin, the Crippler?
Yeah.
So
They when they're here, they are winning.
yeah, I mean they're definitely hot on the mic when they're here. Love to hear from them, but again, there's a lot of places to play in the association, so we don't hate them. Uh, so, but definitely would like to see them come back and tangle. Now, um, can we talk some more about Redwood, man? Because
Yeah, absolutely we can.
he's like to me right now, like you mentioned Excavadora, we have Redwood, we have the revisal of Richard J.
Yeah.
Needless to say, I know we haven't mentioned Aaron McFleece and his Alaska transformation, beating up on poor Rancher throughout all of year
Poor
two.
Rick Rancher.
He just you know what? He's the only one that's taught him a lesson. It taught him so many lessons that he's educated now. I mean, how I mean, all credit to the Fortune,
Yeah.
because once he won the second Rumble, rebranded himself as Fortune 500, and
Well,
now is it
the
safe
third
to
Rumble.
the third excuse me the third
It's
Rumble?
okay. It's okay.
Now, is it safe to say, now we've mentioned this in the past, because even though we keep saying he's rebranding himself as Fortune 500, I think it was given that, or stated that this was a different uh, dimension of McFleece, a different side of, like, it wasn't the same McFleece that we've known from other places.
Uh, my understanding from Tom, the guy, the awesome buddy of mine that manages Aaron McFleece, is that he viewed each Aaron McFleece as their own entities. That the McFleece that you saw in the IWAR and the McFleece that you saw in the Lone Wolf and the McFleece that you saw in the UNL were versions of the same character, but not the same person.
Right.
If that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, the way I see it is, either, if you want to think of it like a multiverse or a
Mm-hmm.
Spideyverse, or Thanos and a timeline skip or whatever. Anyway, I think of it in that same sense. So
Yeah.
I think of this emergence, I guess, of his 500 persona is what I'm waiting to see now, because even though in other dimensions, in other places, they know that 500 persona, realistically here in the UNL, in my eyes, he's still McFleece and Alaska McFleece, and now he has money. So I'm curious to see how that carries into his character.
Yeah, this return to wealth is.
Did he say he had lost his wealth in his
Yes.
in his ang-? Oh, gotcha. Okay, so in his arc, he had lost his wealth earlier on.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, and that started his kind of spiral, and came up a lot in his feud with Tambatsu. And then kind of he, refound or reestablished himself with these wins against Rick Rancher. And now we see an Aaron McFleece who has said that he will retire at the end of this year.
Ooh.
So we'll see if that, if that does indeed occur. He is a founding member of the majority, which
the majority. The majority.
I can unhumbly state has, a collection of talent hitherto undreamt of.
Now, rumors in the locker room say that there's a bigger majority, a grander coalition of fighters.
Are you?
Well, I'm just saying, hey, locker room talk,
Okay.
The majority may not even be the majority.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Interesting.
They may have created a catalyst for something even more devastating.
I'm just, hey, you know what? Look, if somebody, and I'll say it like this: shout out to the manager, because he had a rough UNL second year. Even though it was his first year in the UNL's second year really hit him below the belt, because he some people throw out a fishing line and go for try and get something to bite. Shout out to Sean for throwing out a net, the signs of the Titanic, and man, he just kept whew, one after another kept sliding by him. And I gotta say, I think this Ford Rucker character is I don't know if it's just the look or the feel, but it looks like he finally got one that's that not only a few people, but a lot of people want to get a piece of.
Yes. Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, because he's like I said, he's been here through the whole Crane thing, and I think just like the associates who at the end of that look back, and it was like wow, like I know we got paid and we got paid well, but was it worth being under the umbrella of Ezekiel Crane? Was it did it are they just going to become another Gallows and Enrique or whatever his name was? But still they're worried. Now that's why they look for a new contract. Luckily Akbar being the great man that he is, was like, look, come my children, everybody once wore a mask. Who knows? Maybe we'll go back to wearing masks. I don't know. We'll see. A lot coming. So, well, Akbar and the gang, baby.
Okay.
What? And who knows? I mean, I haven't heard much from this. Jack Edison or Italian Nightmare guys. So hopefully, we'll see where they stand after Ezekiel Crane pushed them aside. Who knows? Like I'm telling you, there's other majorities could be arising.
Well, there's only one majority.
Well, hey, copycats are bound
And
to.
majority rules.
I love it. I love it, man. Yeah. So it's been a great turn of events here. I think I'm glad to see the return of Bill Cutting. I think him going. Obviously with somebody like Bill Cutting is not going to be too fond of this cleaned up version of Richard J. So I think that already is struck a nerve.
Well, I think you and I both have been salivating at the potential of a Rick Rancher Bill Cutting singles feud for a long time. So
it's inevitable.
If it's going to happen.
Yeah, this is Neil versus the agent Smith. This is what we're waiting for.
Yeah.
Not to take anything away from anybody else in the league. I mean,
of course not.
But
it's not. Yeah, we've got quite a card stacked up for Global's greatest three.
Man, you know what? I'll say it like it is, brother. Going a little out of character, but holy moly! Shout out to you three for putting together every behind scenes. I know. This is where I know there's a long history, and just the future looks bright. Because, man, just when it's like, hey, I ran out of time, don't worry. I just saw the messages, bro. I'm looking at them, and I'm like, fuck, this is beautiful, bro. This is the kind of teamwork and type of stuff that keeps things, just moving in the right direction, bro.
Thank you. Yeah. I would have to humbly agree. I think the team that we've got for the Bronze Age is, I couldn't ask for anything more.
Yeah. Now, I'll be honest. I mean, I know when we set off to do this, little kind of like a 3-year review of everything, just looking back at all the managers that have, participated and in and out. I'm thinking if we missed anybody, and even though he was in and out, he still got to shout out Tommy. Like I said, I know people come through our league and make cameos, but have bigger visions or bigger projects. So shout out for coming by and just joining us for a short period. And I know he got his projects that he's working on outside of the Bronze. So like I said, just a lot of people you've touched over the years, Commissioner, through this league.
I hesitate to agree with your wording, but I'll take it. If we may, as we think about, the future, can we talk about our two newest characters?
Oh, I like it. I like it.
Chester
Now,
Fields, third-generation wrestler.
Nice.
And how would you pronounce this other name?
Let me see. And I know it was a funny one.
I mean, I wouldn't tell him it's funny. It looks like he'd rip my face off and eat it for a snack.
Let's see here. You Akin? You Aiken. It's you Aiken.
Oh, that's awesome. If that's true, I would love for the manager that joined us with these two new characters. Welcome aboard. Thank you for coming. I'm excited for these two characters. If it is pronounced you Aiken, please confirm that, because that is hilarious.
Coming from the person that slaughters every name in the book, yeah.
I think you're right, and that is hilarious.
Oh, for crying out loud, I think I forced Demon Anger and Spatay to, venture off, man. I feel bad if I did. I don't really mean to, but if you don't know by now, yeah, you can punch me in the face in character as much as you want.
Well, that's why I have you pronounce all the names, so I don't butcher them. But
Ah,
so Chester Fields, third generation wrestler. It sounds like his dad and his grandfather were not very sportsmanly. So Chester seems to be a fairly good-natured fella, but he's got some teachers that are more on the heelish side.
what, dude? With a
Yeah.
smile that
Yeah.
big, I don't
Yeah.
see anything but nice things coming from Mr. Fields. I don't know.
Yeah.
I honestly think he's probably part of the Cookies, Mrs. Fields family.
Perhaps. I do
Yeah,
love
he.
Mrs. Hey, if he is, like the office of Scott Anderson is always open to some Mrs. Fields cookies.
Oh yeah. I
There may
mean,
even be like a perk for that.
yeah. I mean, with the donuts on his neck. I mean, I'm sure he's from Mrs. Did you say that out loud? Are we
He's
still
not
recording?
he's
Oh
not been hitting the weight
no!
room is what we're saying.
Oh, oh, poor. We're
But
gonna
how does
get
he
eaten alive.
if I can if I can quote the DX from it's like, but how does he get his pecs to go all the way around his back like that?
You're gonna get eaten alive. You're done. Oh, nice. Now,
But in
I,
contrast, Mr. Aiken here looks like he means business and he's gonna mess us up. So
oh yeah. Now, um, we had a lot of cameos this year. We can't overlook them. I mean, I know we have a lot of people in the game that I'll be honest with you. I mean, I know for a fact I'm not at a top tier player, and this is one of those leagues that I know I really don't stand a chance. But
hey,
I'm
you've
like,
won your fair share. You've won some tag.
yeah.
You've won some
You know what?
tags, some regionals.
I have managed to squeak out a couple victories from time to time. But to be in all honesty, like I said, I know it's tough because some people come, and that's just the reality of it. I know I stick around because I enjoy the shenanigans that go on throughout the league. But there's some people that come, commissioner, and they're like, dude, I just spent $12 and I didn't get diddly squat.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's tough. I'm not lying. There's some people that don't stick around, not because they don't want to trash talk or this and that, but they realize that they not in Kansas anymore, Mr. Anderson. They're not.
I
So
mean,
yeah, this place is tough. It's tough.
I will say the appeal. Part of the appeal is that the UNL has a limit of 2, and so even though we have a high number of managers, we really don't have a high number of active wrestlers. But you have a lot of high quality managers who are very talented. And when you only have 2 strategies, you're not hitting with your ace strategy. These are managers who know what they're doing. Yeah, it's quite competitive.
Oh.
I would like to think that I'm, pretty decent. I have struggled to make the title page this year in the UNL.
Yeah,
It just, we all go through like runs where we're doing better than other times, but yeah, this year in particular, it's tough. It's competitive, but I love it.
No,
I love
yeah.
I don't get me wrong. Like there is an appeal to being in a league where there's not much competition and you're going to be on the title page every single time. But I like to be in competitive leagues. I like being in a place where if you win, it matters. Where if you win, it means something.
I think I can say I've tried both, and with my style, I can't do the other. I really can't. I mean, shout out to the at-large players. I mean, I've like I said, I've opened up my airwaves. They're always welcome on to talk a little more about the game, and shout out again to the information station for keeping track of totals and points for that.
Yeah, if you're not on there, I highly recommend every IWA player, I think, could benefit from being on the information station.
Yeah, no, I mean, it gives you a little look outside of outside your league and just what some other players are doing, because like I said, I mean, I completely or I don't completely understand the game, but I understand the game now much better than when I did when I was imploding in the MML or in the iWar or what other implosions I was having. I mean, I'm more comfortable even talking about those days now because I really understand what I'm looking at now that I've taken a step outside and actually seen the whole IWA as a whole. It's an amazing place to play.
Yeah. Well, I think to your credit, I think we all have a lineage of growth. I know that I have changed over the years and what I enjoy doing and what I enjoy playing and where I enjoy playing. But we grow as people and I think as players, hopefully. And right now we're just sitting back and enjoying the good ride here. We got a good thing going.
Yep. So if you are a member of the majority, I would really be watching my no. Oh man, you guys are getting it. You guys are getting it.
I think of Breaking Bad though. It's like the majority is not in danger. We are the danger.
Oh, you wait and see.
You are the ones who knock.
Do you know who's on the other line? On the other side of that line, that's the problem. The people on the other side of the line are the ones that are on that side. What is it? They've all flown over the cuckoo's nest. I mean, that's the bad part. That's how they got on the other side of the line. That's how they got on the other. But oh man, lot of fun. I can't wait to see. I mean, we're in July right now, end of July.
Yep.
Summer's gonna heat up real fast in these next couple of months. So, man,
global's greatest, and as we close up, the Clash of the Bronze Age is finishing up, and our next event, Crossover Collision, is coming up. So looking forward to that. Each commissioner, in addition to the main event with $1 entry, each commissioner is going to pick 2 matches, and the winners of those 2 matches are going to get 5 free matches. So,
sweet.
So a little something, for representing your league and winning. Little care package from your esteemed commissioners.
Bro, I still can't believe it's been a year already since the Bronze Age.
Yeah.
Nuts.
A year this cycle.
Nuts.
Summer cycle. Yeah. Wow. How crazy is that?
Yeah, this year is flying for real. Wow. All right, Commissioner, we're gonna sign this one off. Shout out to the UNL and everyone that's been here from day one. Like I said, and I guess thanks for having us all this time, and can't wait to see what happens next with your characters. Because
absolutely,
if any of you guys need help, 106, 107, we're for hire.
Almost didn't get it in. All right, good.
Got it in, Commissioner. All right, guys, you've been listening to Commissioner Anderson and myself, IWA Flip, here on Around the United Nations League, and we'll see you guys next year. Take care.